This hypnosis experience is copyrighted by Key Guy Technology, LLC, your 2019 copyright. This hypnosis file is not to be duplicated and or distributed without express permission from Key Guy Technology, LLC. Please try out our product, the Hypnosis Key, by going to www.hypnosiskey.com. The Hypnosis Key is a digital package that comes with over 1,000 hypnosis Mp3 files that are read by a hypnotherapist. The Hypnosis Key is a $20,000 value that we sell for a very low price. Again, go to www.hypnosiskey.com. That is spelled www.hypnosiskey.com. Please enjoy your hypnosis file.
As you enable yourself to float further into this quiet and open to feeling, you can thoroughly appreciate the brilliant unwinding. Your body is loose and your psyche is loose, and regardless of whether you discover your mind meandering without end to some charming musings, it doesn't make a difference by any means, in light of the fact that your subliminal personality is caution and mindful of everything that I am stating to you, and it is prepared to acknowledge recommendations that are to serve your well-being and prosperity. You have effectively communicated a longing to conquer the tension that your self-desires make inside you, and you are likewise mindful that these exclusive standards of yourself have been disguised from long periods of molding by outside powers, maybe guardians, instructors, parental figures, or others whom you admired when you were youthful. You likely additionally understand that these individuals were doing what they felt was best for you when they continued asking you to succeed, to improve, pushing you, applying weight, maybe notwithstanding scrutinizing senseless oversights that you made, as everybody does. Furthermore, I'm certain you can likewise comprehend that their activities originated from the best of goals. They could see your potential, they thought about you, which is much better than an instructor or parent being impassive and enabling a youngster to do what it needs. Kids need discipline, and you likely had a lot of that in any case. In the meantime, we as a whole need to commit our very own errors as well, for that is the most ideal way we learn. Notwithstanding, you are never again a kid, you are a grown-up with your very own brain, and while those desires are currently deliberate, you absolutely needn't bother with the awkward sentiments that they make. Furthermore, it is those awkward sentiments that we will dispose of for the last time here in this groundbreaking sleep-inducing session. Most importantly, we are going to confront your past and put those outside powers into viewpoint. Along these lines, I might want you to envision, since you are in an entirely agreeable live with the same number of seats as you have to oblige the general population who dislodged their desires onto you. Welcome them into the room one by one, welcoming them heartily, offering them a seat. Envision this now while I'm calm for a minute or two. Slight interruption. That is great. Presently I might want you to thank every single visitor in your room, for they have all in their own particular manner added to helping you to form into the superb, interesting individual that you are. If not for them, you may never have built up the abilities and aptitudes that you currently have. From multiple points of view, these individuals shaped you into the superb, novel person that you presently are, and you are appreciative for their constructive info, so thank everyone exclusively for whatever part they played in your life. Marginally longer delay. Great, and since you have offered your gratefulness, you can clarify that despite the fact that you will dependably convey with you any of their profitable lessons, you are presently a grown-up with a psyche, a body, and your very own will, and your body has been motioning to you that the worry of satisfying those desires isn't useful for your well-being, either physically or rationally. In this way, starting now and into the foreseeable future, you will pursue your very own internal astuteness. This doesn't imply that your friends and family won't have an impact in your life. It basically implies that starting now and into the foreseeable future, you are in charge. You choose and acknowledge your very own constraints. You comprehend what you should or shouldn't do, and you will not be driven by powers that have been chosen by others. From this minute forward, you are your own closest companion. You cherish yourself, you acknowledge yourself, you are great and kind to yourself similarly as you are to other people. You acknowledge yourself as the superb, one-of-a-kind individual that you are. What's more, in the event that others can't acknowledge this, At that point, this doesn't stress you unduly in light of the fact that you understand that you can't satisfy everybody on the planet. You have your own benchmarks, and these are the ones that issue most to you. You start to see life from a more extensive point of view. At one time, everything appeared to be so immensely imperative to you. In a way, it was just as the universe based on you. However, at this point you can venture out and maybe even envision yourself skimming up high into space and looking down on our modest planet, and notwithstanding having the capacity to see the nation in which you live, which influences you to acknowledge how you amplified such huge numbers of things out of extent. See yourself drifting capriciously among the stars without a consideration or a stress to trouble your brain. You feel free, and you are free from every natural imperative, free from every one of the anxieties and strains that have commanded your life up until this point. Free from the conclusions and desires for other people, simply drifting through existence feeling free. As you look downward on this planet, you understand that you have just been engaged with an exceptionally little segment of it, living in your city, town and visiting places which are moderately near where you live, in contrast with whatever remains of the astronomical universe. And after that there's whatever is left of the world, every one of the nations spread over the globe, all with their own one-of-a-kind populace of standard individuals who need and endeavor to do as well as can be expected, or hankering some component of individual or more extensive achievement and dreading disappointment. No one needs to be vanquished by situation, yet in some cases there is no feasible alternative accessible to individuals, so they seem to have fizzled. Be that as it may, what have they really fizzled at? In the event that you never attempt to accomplish something, at that point you will never know whether you can do it or not. On the off chance that you attempt and fizzle, well, such is reality. You treat it as a learning knowledge and ensure that you gain from it. Nobody is impeccable, nobody can be great at everything, and we unquestionably ought not squander for our entire lives attempting to satisfy others. This is your life and you need to live it. Nobody else can do that for you. So choose now, here in trance, that you will carry on with your life in the manner in which that feels directly for you. You conclude that you won't endure unnecessary outside obstruction or wait in light of the fact that you are in charge, you and your great subliminal personality. You definitely realize what you are able to do, and you realize how to accomplish the best outcomes that you can. Also, you utilize this internal information to set your desires, choosing at this moment here in the well-being of mesmerizing what you will and won't do. That way you can just succeed. You are not a disappointment, never have been, never will be. Recognize to yourself that there are a few things in this world that you can't do, no make a difference how hard you attempt. This is certainly not a falling flat, it's a legitimate induction that you understand your impediments and you are all right with them. Obviously, this doesn't imply that you won't attempt new things. What it means is that you currently set sensible desires for yourself and are never again influenced by the suppositions of others. This is your life and you will live it your way, and you in every case satisfy your desires in light of the fact that your self-desires are reasonable and feasible to you. What's more, these recommendations are solidly inserted in your intuitive personality and become more grounded and more grounded step by step. They become more grounded constantly, more grounded continuously, more grounded constantly. In a minute, I'm going to check the numbers from 1 to 5, and at the tally of 5, you will be wide conscious, completely alert and invigorated and prepared to enable these recommendations to work for you. 1, 2, 3 returning gradually, 4 eyelids starting to glint, and 5 eyes open wide, wakeful brain and body coming back to ordinariness.